16 to 14. And one more category choice for England.
Naval action.
Naval action. Which extremity of the European mainland, the southwesternmost tip of Europe, has given its name to at least 9 naval actions spanning the years 1337 to 1833, including one of the opening battles of the Anglo-Spanish War in 1797. Cape St. Vincent is correct. Question 2. At the First Battle of Cape St. Vincent in 1337, one of the fleets was commanded by the Genoese merchant sailor Manuel Pesano. He was the first holder of which hereditary title awarded to him by King Denis? England, please. Doge is not correct. Belgium.
King of the Algarve.
No, the correct answer is Admiral of Portugal. That's supposedly an hereditary title and still being worn by some people in the world today. And question 3. A later Admiral of Portugal, Pedro de Menezes, became the first Portuguese governor of which city? The city, conquered in 1415 and held until 1668, was Portugal's first overseas colony. England? Tangier, not correct. Belgium?
El Jabila.
No, it's Ceuta, the Spanish city of Ceuta. England having a 4-point lead before giving it back to Belgium for 2 category choices.
Aquatic.
Aquatic. Which country, also counting its predecessors, holds the most world championship titles in men's water polo? 5. And they're also the reigning champions.
Serbia.
Serbia is correct. Question 2. Which genus of water plants, often used in rice paddies as a companion plant, gave its name to an epoch around 49 million years ago when the greenhouse Earth state was reversed and temperature dropped significantly. It is believed that a bloom of those plants caused this by absorbing carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Belgium, please.
Pass.
Belgium passes. England, please give us the answer. No. The Latin name of the bird is, or the plant is Azolla. In English, it's also called the mosquito fern, duckweed fern, fairy moss, or water fern. In Dutch, it's Algenfern. And question 3 of the aquatic category. Which Brazilian musician, singer, songwriter, and actor appears in Wes Anderson's The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou as a crew member of the research vessel Belafonte? Throughout the movie, he performs acoustic renditions of David Bowie hits in Portuguese.
Seu Jorge.
Seu Jorge is correct. And we have a tie on the screen, 18 points for both teams. So it's getting exciting. And also the next category choice for Belgium.
Onion.
Onion. Question 1. There are many stories about the origins of this cocktail. One talking about an American magazine illustrator who challenged a New York bartender to improve upon the martini recipe. The bartender simply substituted an onion for the olive. What name is given to the cocktail of gin and vermouth, which is often garnished with a pickled onion? Belgium?
Norman and Rockwell.
No. Gibson is correct. 2 points for England there. Question 2. What name is given to the small glazed ceramic or glass bowls in which the classic French onion soup is served? The bowls are also used for creme brulee, souffle, and several other dishes. Belgium? Please, an answer now?
Macatin.
No. England?
Ramekin.
Ramekin is correct. The second steal in a row. And question 3 about onions. Every year, Larry Wall gives a State of the Onion speech. In the speech, he discusses the progress and the community of which family of programming languages, which he developed in 1987. He originally developed it as a general-purpose Unix scripting language, and it has been called the Swiss Army chainsaw of scripting languages because of its flexibility and power. Which family?
Pearl.
Perl is correct. And the next two choices by England.
Sorry? Yeah, sure. Flying authors, I think.
Flying authors. In 1935, he was flying from Paris to Saigon when his plane went down in the North African wilderness. He and his navigator clung to life until rescue after 4 days with almost no food and water. Living in the USA 7 years later, who drew on his experience when writing the well-known novella? England, please.
Saint-Exupéry.
And the novella would be? Absolutely. Saint-Exupéry and Little Prince. Question 2. Shut down. He suffered multiple injuries and months of blindness. Eventually, he was sent to the USA to work with C.S. Forrester, promoting British interests. Encouraged to write about his experiences as a fighter pilot, who wrote Shut Down over Libya, his first published work, in the 1942 August issue of the Saturday Evening Post.
Dahl.
Roald Dahl is correct. And question 3. Born in Michigan in 1875, she worked in San Francisco and New York City as freelance theater critic for Leslie's Illustrated Weekly, which published over 250 of her articles. In 1911, she became the first US woman to get her pilot's license. The same year, she wrote 5 screenplays for the Biograph Company, all of which were filmed by her friend from San Francisco Theater Days, D.W. Griffith, who died on July 1st, 1912 in Squantum, Massachusetts, along with a passenger when they were thrown to the death as the two-seater Blériot monoplane they were flying in suddenly and violently lurched forward.
Quimby.
Harriet Quimby is correct. Another 2 points, making it 28-20 for England, and also the next category choice.
Well,
That may or may not have been a joke.
okay.
No, this is his question.
Fair enough. Jesuits.
Jesuits.
Sorry?
Jesuits. Yeah, just
Along with Benjamin Franklin Hawkeye Pierce and Major Margaret J. Hotlips Houlihan, which Jesuit was the only character to appear in the pilot and final episodes of the classic US TV series MASH. England, please. No, your memory doesn't work. Belgium?
I'll give evidence if you want to see.
Finger is not correct. It's the First Lieutenant Francis John Patrick Mulcahy. Father Mulcahy. Question 2. Commonly shortened as AMDG. What is the 4-word Latin motto of the Society of Jesus?
Ad majorem Dei gloriam.
Ad majorem Dei gloriam, absolutely correct, for the greater glory of God. And question 3. What is the name of the 1936 born Spanish priest who was elected as the Order's 30th Superior General on January 19, 2008, succeeding the Dutch Father Peter Hans Holmenbach? England, please.
Spanish. Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, no. No, the correct answer is Pachon. No points there. The score, England has a 10-point lead at this stage, 30 to 20. And now it's back to Belgium for the category choices. So these will be the last 2 choices for 2-point questions for you.
Suicide.
Suicide. While everybody knows Hedwig is a snowy owl in the Harry Potter stories, which bird appears in the title of the 1884 Ibsen play, whose cast list includes Hedwig, a young lady who shoots herself? Belgium, please.
Raven.
Raven is not correct. England?
Duck. Mine is with Wyatt.
A wild duck is the title. A duck would have been enough is correct. 2 points for England there. Question 2. Throughout her life, Bette Davis credited her desire to be an actress to having seen Welsh-born English actress Millicent Entwistle on the US stage as Hedwig in The Wild Duck. Aged 24 in 1932, in what memorable manner did Peg end her short life?
Jumping from letter signs in Hollywood.
Yes, to be more precise, the letter H in Hollywood sign. That's correct. 2 points for Belgium. And question 3. Peg Entwistle only made one film. Based on a 1930 best-selling novel of the same name, it became a 1932 movie produced by David Selznick and starring Myrna Loy and Irene Dunne. Noted as an early female ensemble film, which movie was given a Hollywood screening on the 2014 anniversary of Peg Entwistle's death, with proceeds going to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Little Women.
Not correct, Little Women. England. Please.
We'll just say the women.
The women simply is not correct. Anyone in the room? We've already had 8 women, so now we have a grade a bit
12.
more. That's too much. 13 women. 13 women is the correct answer. And another category choice for Belgium.
Energy.
Energy. The safety belt was not invented by Volvo or Saab. When a study at the biggest Swedish energy company revealed that the majority of casualties among their employees came from car accidents, 2 engineers started to develop the safety belt. Which company?
Vattenfall.
Vattenfall is correct. Question 2. In 1911, a power plant was built in Larderella, Italy. It was the world's first commercial power plant to use what type of energy, and remained the only industrial producer of such electricity until New Zealand built the plant in 1958. Belgium?
Geothermal.
Geothermal energy is correct, and it still is in the top 3 of geothermal energy producers, this Italian plant. And question 3 of energy. Which Spanish electricity company based in Bilbao is Spain's largest energy group and a global leader in wind energy? They're also one of the major electricity producers in UK, USA, Mexico, and Brazil. and nearly 2/3 of its installed capacity is emission-free. Belgium, please.
Ion.
Ion is not correct.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Indecent.
It is not correct.
Iberdrola.
Iberdrola is correct. 1 point for the audience.
2 points.
2 points. What would you make it 3?
Is this right?
32-26 for England, and England also has the next 2 choices. First of which will be the last 2-point category, and the second the first 3-point category. So please.
German cinema.
German cinema. Question 1. This character was prominent fashion designer from Bremen, whose marriages all ended in divorce or death, and who now lives with Marlene, another designer who she treats as a slave. She falls in love with the model Karin, but the relationship is doomed. Which title character from a Rainer Fassbender movie?
Petra von Kant.
The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant is correct. Question 2. In this acclaimed 2008 movie by director Dennis Gansel, high school teacher Rainer Wenger is forced to teach a class on autocracy. When his students doubt that a dictatorship could exist in a modern Western society, he starts with an experiment in which his class must adhere to a number of simple but strict rules. Soon they adopt an insignia and start marching and having parties for the group only. Which movie named after the name adopted by the students? Die Welle or The Wave is correct. And question 3 in German cinema. Which 1947-born German director is known for acclaimed movies like Der Bader-Meinhof Complex, Last Exit to Brooklyn, Christiane F., Wir Kinder vom Bahnhof Zoo, and for the less culturally inclined Confessions of a Sorority Girl? England? Please. Clem, no. Belgium? Please give us an answer.
Müller.
Not Miller. Uli Edel, we have the correct answer. Well done. So after 14 categories, England has a 10-point lead, 36-26, and now we are starting with the 3-point categories.
Yeah. Gloria.
Gloria? Question 1. Well, which US singer's signature song was Gloria, a platinum certified hit that stays on the Billboard Hot 100 for 36 weeks, at the time the record for a female artist?
Brannigan.
Laura Branigan is correct. Question 2. Branigan's multi-million selling hit Gloria, the lyrics were written by Trevor Page. It was a cover of a 1979 song that was originally a hit in Europe, for which Italian, who also co-wrote it?
Totsi.
Umberto Tozzi is correct. And question 3. The 2013 film Gloria, featuring Tozzi's original version, concerns a divorced woman in her late 50s who is looking for love and companionship on the singles scene. Paulina Garcia, who played the title role, won the Silver Bear for Best Actress at the Berlin International Film Festival. The film was its country's entrance for the Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars, but it was not nominated. It was made and set in which country? England?
Chile.
Chile? Correct. A full house from this category, meaning the scores are now 45-26, but as we've seen constantly before in the history of the European Quizzing Championships finals, nothing is impossible at the half stage of the match. So Belgium 2 category choices for 3 points.
Finals.
Finals. So you will get 3 questions on the Football World Championship final games. The Netherlands are one of the teams to lose 3 World Championship finals, in which they have scored twice. Johan Neeskens converted his penalty kick in the 1974 final, but who was the other and last Dutch player to score in a World Cup final? This recently deceased Roda and MVV striker headed home in the 1978 final against Argentina.
Naninga.
Dick Naninga is correct. Question 2. The last World Cup saw a well-deserved victory for Germany, but not all German players were so lucky in the finals. This midfield player collided with the Argentinian Ezequiel Garay after 20 minutes and was forced to leave the game. What is the name of this 1991 born midfield player who played for Borussia Mönchengladbach, but this season for Bayern Leverkusen?
Kramer.
Kramer is correct. And question 3. Only 3 players have managed to score both in the Olympic football final and FIFA World Championship final. The first of them was the Uruguayan striker Pedro Zea, who scored against Switzerland in the 1924 Olympic final, again against Argentina in the 1930 World Cup final. Other one was the famous Ferenc Puskas. But can you name the third? In his Olympic final, he scored one goal, which was enough to beat Yugoslavia 2-0 and win the gold medal. And he scored again in the World Cup final 2 years later, but unfortunately couldn't prevent the loss of his team. Belgium? Please give us an answer now.
Mazopust.
Not correct. England, please.
Riva.
Riva, not correct. Anyone in the audience?
Polysenia?
Some Swedish
It's Polysenia. It's got to be Italian.
It's Hungarian.
Oh, right.
Gibor. Gibor. Crowd wisdom. And the second category choice for Belgium.
Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean. The wife of the first governor of Queensland gave her name to a river in Queensland. The river has given its name to several ships, one of which found in 1961 one of the deepest parts of the Indian Ocean. Unrelated to those, a former mining center and UNESCO World Heritage Site in Minas Gerais, State Brazil, also shares this name. So what name connects all of these?
Diamantina.
Diamantina is correct. Question 2. In Gustave Flaubert's Madame Bovary, we read, Emma had read this book and she had fantasized about the little bamboo cottage, the Negro Domingo, Doc Fidele, and even more, the sweet friendship of some good little brother who would go and gather ripe fruits for you. Which 1788 novel set on the island of Mauritius was the best known work of Jacques-Henri Bernardin de Saint-Pierre?
Paul et Virginie.
Paul et Virginie is correct. And question 3. Which Venetian merchant traveled in the east from 1414 until 1438, including visiting many places in India, Southeast Asia, and the Sunda Islands? These accounts are said to have profoundly influenced the European geographical understanding of the areas around the Indian Ocean during the middle of the 15th century. Belgium, please.
Calmosto.
No. England? Colin, also not correct. Anyone in the audience? It's not Marco Polo. No idea. It's Niccolo de Conti. Since he was posing himself as a Muslim while traveling, the Pope forced him to write down the accounts of the travel as a penance. And giving it back to England now for 2 category choices. Sidekicks. At the picture, you see a weasel who has a perpetual odor problem, and he's the sidekick of hard-boiled private investigator Black Sam in the comic book series by the same name by Spanish author Juan Diaz Canales and Juanjo Guarnido. What's the name of this sidekick? England? You're going to pass?
Stinky.
Not Stinky? Anyone in the audience? Weekly. Yes, we have the answer. Weekly. Just like in magazine. Question 2. Goddard, Carl Weiser, and Chief Esteves are all sidekicks to which television character? England? Jimmy Neutron, correct. And question 3. This young Inuit mechanic works at the Paris aircraft, also the employer of the test pilot Hal Jordan. He participated as a non-costume sidekick in several Green Lantern adventures, later publishing a biography of Jordan. What's the name of this mechanic, also known as Pie Face? England?
There's another one called this. Potato.
Belgium?
Mike.
The correct answer, anyone does know? Right. It's Thomas Kalmaki. And on the score table, we have England 48, Belgium 38, a 10-point different, and England has the next choice.
Animals.
Animals. In Haruki Murakami's 2002 novel Kafka on the Shore, Roma, Kawamura, Mimi, Okawa, Otsuka, and Moro are all animals of what species? Cats. Yes, they are cats. Question 2. The plot concerns a female rat who demonstrates that her species will inherit a devastated Earth, but will inevitably imitate the grotesque example set by human destructiveness throughout history. Who was the author of the 1986 novel The Retting, or The Ratters? England? Please? Muller? No.
Grass.
Peter Grass, Nobel Prize winner, is correct. A steal from Belgium. And question 3. Nominated for Canada's prestigious Scotiabank Giller Prize, which 1999 Barbara Gowdy adult fantasy novel about African elephants has been compared to Richard Adams's Watership Down? England? The Herd? No. Belgium?
Putty.
No? Anyone in the room read or heard about this novel? It's called The White Bone. Two very tough rounds there, and 10-point difference. I'm giving it back to Belgium now for category choices.
Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar. Which artist, known for introducing new principles of illusionism, painted The Triumphs of Caesar, a series of 9 large paintings created between 1484 and 1492 for the Gonzaga Ducal Palace, Mantua?
Mantegna.
Mantegna is correct. Question 2. Who painted the death of Caesar in 1867? He was one of the most prominent late 19th century academic artists in France. As a teacher at the École des Beaux-Arts, he counted among his many pupils Odon Redon and the American artist Thomas Eakins and Alden Dwyer. That's the death of Caesar.
Jerome.
Jean-Leon Jerome is correct. And question 3. Which artist discovered three-dimensional mathematical objects from the cellar of the Parisian Poincaré Institute, photographed them, and also painted them, naming the latter after plays of Shakespeare? And you will see Julius Caesar. Belgium. Please.
Gonzalez.
No. Gonzalez. England. No. Anyone in the room? Has anyone been to Copenhagen recently? It's currently actually on display there. All the photographs, the objects, the paintings. Well, he's mostly known for the photographs, or photographs in general. Man Ray. Man Ray is the correct answer. The series is called Human Equations. Belgium.
Divine River.
Divine River. Who was in ancient Egypt religion the god of the annual flooding of the Nile? He was male and wearing the false beard, yet was pictured with a pendulous breasts and a large belly, as representing of the fertility of the Nile. The name was probably the pre-dynastic name for the Nile.
Happy.
Happy is correct. It's 50 to 51. I know, sorry. Can't do anything right now. Question 2. In Greek mythology, what collective name was given to the river gods, the fathers of the Naiads and the brothers of the Oceanites? Collective name of river gods.
The Potamites.
Yes, the Potamoi is correct. And Belgium is taking the lead, 53 points to 51. And the third question in the category, Nyami Nyami is one of the most important gods of the Tonga people. However, the building of the Kariba Dam deeply offended Nyami Nyami, forcing him to withdraw from this world of men, and this is what the Tonga believe. So Nyami Nyami is the god of which river?
Zambezi.
Zambezi is correct. And the scores are 56 to 51. And now back to England. Yes, please.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to. And in this category, we will have 3 questions about the next EQC venue or the city in Athens. When traveling to next year's quiz Olympics in Athens, most of you will probably use Athens International Airport. Opened in March 2001, the airport is named after which Greek politician credited of being the maker of modern Greece and still widely known as the Ethna.
Venizelos.
Eleftherios Venizelos is correct. Question 2. After the quizzes, we recommend you to take a walk in this archaeological site northwest of the Acropolis. It includes an important cemetery and numerous funerary sculptures erected along the road out of the city towards Eleusis. It was a settlement of potters and vase painters, as we can today guess from its name. What archaeological site? Exciting, isn't it? England? Ostraka is not correct. Belgium?
Kerameikos.
Kerameikos is correct. This is where the ceramics comes from. An important steal there, giving Belgium 3 points, 59 to 54. And the third question is, this public holiday is celebrated shortly before the EQC on October 28th of each year. It commemorates an event on that day in 1940 involving Greek dictator Ioannis Metaxas and Italian dictator Benito Mussolini. This day is known by which word that became again very popular in 2015, and we would like to hear the Greek version of the word. Ochi, you pronounce it ochi, meaning no, because the Greek rejected the ultimatum, and the no day is celebrated each year. Yes, correct. 3 points. $59 to $57, and the second category choice for you as well. Please.
Okay. Requiem.
Requiem. Who do you hear reciting her most famous work, the Requiem?
Я и не почужды мне восходом, и не под защитой чуждых крыл. Я была тогда моим народом, там, где мой народ счастью был.
Oh, hang on.
England? Shiborska? No.
Akhmatova.
Akhmatova, Anna Akhmatova is correct. Question 2. Which composer whose works include The Whale, The Lamb, and Song for Athletes wrote in 1980 a composition based on Akhmatova's Requiem? John Tavener is correct. And question 3. Giuseppe Verdi composed his Messa da Requiem in the memory of which Italian poet and novelist, famous for the novel I Promessi Sposi, or The Betrothed? Alessandro Manzoni, correct. And England, going back to the lead, 63 to 62. But the next two choices will be made by Belgium.
Marathon.
Marathon. The troops of which other Greek city took part in the Battle of Marathon on the Athenian side? In 479 BC, the city was the site of the final battle that repelled the second Persian invasion of Greece.
Plataea.
Plataea is correct. In the 2014 Football World Cup, most teams were using kits provided by either Adidas, Nike, or Puma. Which team was supplied by Marathon Sports, a brand based in the same country? The team finished the World Cup with 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss, and 3rd place in the group. Belgium? Please.
Russia.
Russia, not correct. England? Italy? No. Anyone? Ecuador, yes. And question 3. Produced between 1960 and 1982, the Marathon was made both as a sedan and a station wagon. It was a popular choice for the taxicabs in New York City. Which company from Kalamazoo, Michigan, produced the Marathon? Very iconic New York taxicabs. Belgium?
Winnebago.
England? checker? Yes, correct. Checker. Which means the score now England in the lead with just 1 point, 66 to 65. And we have 6 categories to go. And Belgium can make the next choice. Please.
Robotics.
Robotics. This robot psychologist was born in 1982. At 16, she wrote her first paper of robotics. She graduated from Columbia University in 2003 and joined US Robots in 2008. She later became the head psychologist. Although maybe not the inventor of the 3 laws of robotics, it is accepted that she was the main advocate and possibly the only person to fully understand the consequences. What's the name of this fictional character created by Isaac Asimov, who appears in many of its stories and also in Arthur C. Clarke's 3001, The Final Odyssey?
Calvin.
Susan Calvin is correct. Question 2. There's a hypothesis in the field of robotics that when the humanoids look almost but not exactly like humans, this causes a response of revulsion that does not exist for exact replica or more industrial-looking robots. So what name is given to this area where acceptance for robots is least? It also applies to near-human appearances like zombies or corpses, and for almost real human parts like prosthetic limbs.
The uncanny valley.
The uncanny valley is correct. And question 3 on robotics. It was not the first robot vacuum cleaner in production. The honor goes to the Electrolux Trilobite. But in 2002, this little fellow by the company iRobot became a huge consumer sensation, and at the moment about 10 million units have been sold worldwide. So what's the name of this series of robot vacuum cleaners?
Roomba.
Roomba is correct. A full house for Belgium for this category, taking the score 74 to 66. And back to England.
Extraordinary careers.
Extraordinary careers. Long questions here, so try to stay focused. Her birth name was Roderick. At age 11, however, after a suicide attempt after being bullied for years for not acting as a young male should, she realized a gender transformation was her only option. She is now an LGBT role model. In 2014, she became the first transgender to be nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award. And earlier this year, she became the first transgender to have a wax figure at Madame Tussauds. She's especially famous for portraying Sophia Corsett at the Netflix series Orange is the New Black. So what's the name of this extraordinary woman?
So Cox.
Laverne Cox is correct. Question 2. She won the glamour competition of men's magazine Slits in 2004, equivalent to the Playmate of the Year by Playboy. She participated in the Swedish reality show Paradise Hotel, where most of the contestants were semi-nude most of the time, and famously also made out with known porn star Jenna Jameson. What's the name of this woman who in June 2015 became Princess of Sweden after her marriage with Prince Carl Philip?
You need to put that.
The last name will be enough before the marriage. England, please.
I have this possible first.
Please. Spencer, no. Balquist. Balquist, no. Elquist. Close, really close. No points on this question. And question 3, you will see a picture, and in the middle of the picture you have Shirley MacLaine. She is known as poet and political activist who currently lives at Gracie Mansion. In 1994, she married a man who at the time was the campaign manager for U.S. Representative Charlie Rango. In 2013, her husband became the first American politician with a racially mixed family to take an important political office. What's the name of the husband who is almost 2 meters tall? Bill de Blasio, the mayor of New York City, is correct. And the scores: Belgium 74, England 72. And one more choice for England. Please. The ring. It was Stanley Kubrick's self-financed film debut, which short documentary from 1951 follows Irish-American middleweight Walter Cartier and his identical twin Vincent during a typical day preparing for his 1950 bout against Bobby James, filmed live at Laurel Gardens. England? No. Belgium? Well, it's not a bubble, it's not a fight. Does anyone know? Three. The day of the fight. Oh, correct. One of the people seen in Day of the Fight is the man who in 1922 inaugurated Ring magazine. In 1929, he acquired sole ownership of it and played as editor-in-chief for 50 years until his death in 1972. Inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990, who was the man? England? No. Senator?
Parker.
Not Parker either. Anyone?
Where's Kelly?
No. It's that Fleischer. And question 3, Walter Cartier played Manor Botany feat by Claude Billingham in which TV sitcom during its 1955-56 season. The series including an episode constructed around his boxing ability, something the star of the show typically sees to turn to his advantage. So which TV sitcom?
Various names. So show something.
All of them would have been accepted. You can also see them on the screen. The Phil Silver show is the main answer. 3 points for England, taking the lead again 75 to 74. And we have 3 categories left. 2 of them will be selected by Belgium.
Happy Battle Charles.
Oh, no chance. Question 1. Getting their current name in 2001 after a copyright dispute, which French heavy metal band with Joe Duplantier as lead vocals released the albums From Mars to Sirius and The Weight of All Flesh? Prepare your ears. Belgium, please.
The Lupels.
No. England, any? Please give us an answer. Nonsense. No. Anyone?
Conspiracy.
No.
Gojira.
Gojira. 2 points, 3 points, 4 points to the audience. This one. Question 2. One of the albums of Gojira is called Le Femme Sauvage, which is also the title of a 1970 French film by François Truffaut, based on a true story of a child who grew up in the woods around 1788 and whose case was made famous by the studies of physician Jean-Marc Gaspard Ipard. What name did this boy have, or what name did he give to this boy? Victor. Victor of the Baron is correct. And question 3. Now we have had heavy metal, we have had the child, we will have the city. Baron is the name of a French department, the Mid-Pyrenees. Its biggest city and capital was the main town of the historical region, Rouergue. Which city? another 3 points, and the score is 80 points for Belgium, 75 for England. And your next choice, Belgium?
About 15 votes.
Let's take the votes. The mobile is made of liquid morphium, an alloy tougher than either titanium or steel. It has no openings beside the SIM card slot. Which mobile phone about to be released later this year promises absolute security by end-to-end mobile authentication and is named after a famous scientist? Belgium?
Einstein.
Einstein, not correct. England? England, please.
Sure.
Alan Turing is correct. 3 points there. Question 2. Famous for its amplifiers, this company released this year their first smartphone model called London. It has 2 front-facing speakers, 2 stereo jacks, and scroll wheel for volume control. Which company produces this smartphone?
Marshall.
Marshall is correct. And question 3, also named an anti-smartphone. What name is given to this gadget produced by the Californian company Mono? It is modeled on a pocket watch and features a high-resolution, fully round screen. The device includes a high-performance phone and camera and is said to include features designed to refocus user attention on real people and the real world. The model's name is a nonsense word invented by Edward Lear. Belgium? Please. No. England? Please. No. Anyone from the audience? Runcible. Which means that we have 5 points lead for Belgium. But England, if they answer 2 of the questions correctly, they have a chance to win or reclaim the title. And the topic is sexuality. In 1988, Sting reached charge with an Englishman in New York, a song dedicated to Trenton Crisp, which 1961 jazz musician who also has a famous brother can be heard on the tenor sax. So we need the full England,
Brantford, Marseilles.
Brentford, Marseilles. Yes. Question 2. Even 85 years old, this tenor saxophonist is still alive and kicking. Some 34 years ago, he played uncredited on 3 tracks on Rolling Stones album Tattoo You. Which 1934 American jazz saxophonist do you hear on Waiting on a Friend? England? Please.
Rollins.
Sonny Rollins is correct. England taking the lead with 1 question remaining. So the one team who answers this correctly wins this match. If it remains unanswered, then England will defend the title. And the question is, after recording Lady Madonna, Paul McCartney felt there was something missing. Right, the saxophone. Luckily, he found an English musician and owner of a famous jazz club in Soho to play on the later number 1 hit. Which jazz musician?
Yeah.
The answer given by England is Scott. What would tell you? Ronnie Scott is correct. The score 87 to 83. England defends the title. Congratulations.